Welcome to Primos for Life, the wrestling podcast made for the fans, by the fans. Como siempre, yo soy Eddie, el niño vaque. We got Ariel, the Ecuadorian dream bisueta, and we are your self-proclaimed, undisputed co-host tag team champions of the world. In tonight's episode, we're diving into a wild week of wrestling. From SmackDown to Crown Jewel and Monday Morning Raw, we break it all down, every twist, betrayal, and all the action. Plus, we give an honorable mention from TNA's Bound for Glory. So, como siempre, sit back, grab a snack, and let's get it on. Primo, primo. What's up, primo?
What's going on, dude? I wasn't sure how long the jingle was going to go for.
I didn't know either.
Like double dutch. I was like, oh, wait. All right. How are you, man? You're in a good mood.
Bro. Excited with this whole wrestling debacle. Everything, like, so much just happened. Like, what are we doing? What's happening?
Yeah, it's a good, been a good couple days. I wish we could have gotten to it sooner, but last week in this house was the walking wounded. Everyone was down, hurt. Like, because even last Thursday, I had like spaced out half the time. Like, it was rough. So I feel better. House is better. Some improvements on what we've seen previous in terms of episodes of SmackDown and Raw. Obviously something's changed. The PLE, Crown Jewel. But so let's just get into it because I'm sure everyone knows what happened, but we just want to give our opinions and see if you guys agree or, just kind of want to listen.
I love that because what I want to do is let's just talk about all the awesome things that happened on SmackDown and Raw and TNA because things happen in TNA as well. And then we'll, then we could jump into the PLE. You know what I mean? Because I just a lot. I try to keep it in order too. Okay, so
let's go SmackDown first. We'll PLE it. Yeah.
SmackDown, PLE, TNA, Raw. Because a lot happened. Okay.
Got it.
So SmackDown. First of all, let me just say this. Perth has had the greatest weekend for wrestling in WWE because SmackDown had some awesome moments. The PLE had some awesome moments and Raw had some awesome moments. Good for Perth, man. I got to say
that. They got their money's worth, obviously.
Yeah, man. But okay, so here's the things that I wrote down for SmackDown that really stood out to me that I was really happy with. So check this out, right? So in the beginning of the SmackDown episode, there was a video montage of the Crown Jewel belts being transported from Riyadh to Perth, Australia. And the first thing I wrote down is like, what a ridiculous waste of money to shoot this, to do the transport. It was two trucks for each belt. Each belt had 4 carriers, like 4 people, bodyguards.
They probably just acted that out with like the NXT, like the NXT guys or something like that. And then they like walked, and then they took a picture of a van that was driving. It's in that thing, like. But I see what you're saying. Like the time dedicated to this was just unnecessary,
gross. And then it's like, no wonder TKO is in like financial ruins. I mean, you're wasting money on crap like this.
Look what you're doing. Look what you're doing. Jesus. That's why you're charging us an arm and a leg to watch shit. Damn.
Yeah, no. But after that ridiculous opening, we fast forward a little to the Sami Zayn US Open Championship Challenge.
Which has been the highlight of all the Raws. Right? I mean, SmackDowns. Right? The past couple weeks.
Yeah. But what made this one so special was the music that hit when the opponent came out because it was none other than our good old buddy Shinsuke Nakamura back with the original face music. And we're just like,
they're allowed them to do that again because Vince took that away. Yes. Awesome. Proper shit. Let's see if they give him the proper run this go around, man. I love Shinsuke. Please, man, please.
Well, it was short lived because after the match started and it started off strong, maybe like 6 minutes in, we get a mysterious figure coming in to interfere in the match. And it's none other than Tama Tonga, who has returned from. But what made it awesome is he came back in his, Bullet Club, like war paint with
Nice.
the white face and the red marks. And it wasn't just him. Then the rest of the MFTs came out with the
Mhm.
war paint, and they just unleashed on Shinsuke and Sammy, putting
Man,
SmackDown on notice, bro. It was fantastic.
I
So
mean,
happy.
but that was great because we talked about it
Yeah.
literally this episode, and I was like, "Is Tomato back or what have you?" And here he is. But this is perfect because you needed. They're finally all back together. Now you have your group of guys here. You have your core guys. You want to give them something fresh. You want to give them, since now they're all together again. Everyone is healthy, so you put them in their Bullet Club paint, which is awesome. I mean, it just makes them look even better. This is to establish dominance, like you said. Locker room is now on notice. We're here. Let's rock. I thought this was dope.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And the reason why I say the locker room of notice, because it wasn't just these two, because later on in the evening, they came out again to confront the Wyatt Six because it was a tag match against the Street Profits. Now, unfortunately, Profits obviously didn't win, but there were moments where it could have happened. But
Right.
no, Wyatt's, outsmarted them, ended up winning, their titles, whatever, or retaining whatever. And then the MFTs show up and they're just staring at them.
I
And then
mean,
Solo is just like, let's go. They know we're here. So
mm,
let's just bounce. And I was just like, yo, let's
faction with
go.
faction. Now you have the numbers to go up against the Wyatt Six because
Yeah.
the Wyatt Six has always been outnumbering people.
Yeah.
Unless you had, 3 tag teams in the ring at the same time. And even then, that just got chaotic. Now you have faction on faction. You can put numbers to numbers. Fantastic. And Solo is great in this role.
Yeah.
As this cocky, smarmy, smug leader prick, like,
Yeah.
great. It's great. Yes.
It's like, I don't need the bloodline. I made my own. You know what I mean? My family tree.
MFT, absolutely. No, this is good because Solo was great. I mean, Solo was good. He's always been solid, but
Yeah.
they were kind of floundering a little bit with the Fatu thing and everything. So it was just after Jacob took the belt from him, it seemed like they were searching.
Yeah.
So this is a good rebrand, not a rebrand, but like
It's a
everyone's healthy now.
rebrand. It is.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah.
Because at first the MFTs were like, what does that even mean? Who are these? Like, who's this new guy? Is Jacob
like,
in, out? Now it's like, oh, we here,
Yeah, we know.
So I like it. And then the final thing of SmackDown that I enjoyed so much was the match between Aleister Black and Damian Priest because it was street fight, falls counts anywhere, whatever. There was no rules. They were all over the arena. But here's what made it special, right? You get Zelina Vega coming out at the end, like, because Damian had the upper hand and looks at Damian. It's like, no, please don't hurt my husband. And he's like, get out the way. I'm gonna end this now. And during that whole distraction, Aleister Black just lifts his hand and does an actual fireball in Damien's face. And the crowd in front of them were like, oh, bro, it was wild. So here's the reason why I love this and I hate this. I loved it because it was different. It was awesome. This feud is going to continue, and I'm excited to see where it goes now that Zelina is going to get in the mix. But why I hate it is because Zelina is in the mix. That means we need a female counterpart to even it out. And who's it probably going to be? It's going to be Lola Vice because they are, Damian and Lola are dating, and we're going to have a repeat of like Seth and Punk with their spouses or significant others. So it's like, I love it, but I hate it. But putting that aside, it's still a win for the Latinos because that's 3 Latinos coming up with more screen time. So I'm okay with that.
Absolutely. I think it would be fun if they hit a swerve here. I agree with you. Lola Vice is obviously the hands-on favorite, the odds-on favorite. Like, yes, because that's Priest's, girlfriend. But I think here's if you throw like maybe you bring Rhea over for an episode and you bring back the
Terror.
The whatever Terror Twins, right, for a match or whatever you need it for, instead of just doing that. Because then once again, to your point, we just watched this not even a month ago, maybe like 3 weeks ago. Like, so I think switching it up would be the fun play here. But yeah, I agree that it's probably gonna be Lola Vice. So there I see the annoyance factor for you.
Yeah. But overall, very happy with SmackDown. Before the PLE, definitely a good way to get you boosted and ready to go watch this thing at 8 in the morning the next day.
The going home episode that was on at 8 in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was fun. But let's get into it, man. Let's pull out this list. Let's go down it and
All right.
let's talk about it. Let's talk about these matches
Okay. What
because
was the first match? Was Roman Reigns, right?
see,
Yes.
which I think I was wrong, right?
You picked Roman as your logical choice,
Yep.
but you picked Bronson as your fun choice, and I went Bronson as my logical because I talked myself into it at the last
Yeah,
moment.
I should have
So
listened.
I mean, it just made sense. I mean, but yeah, let's for anyone who didn't know, it was Roman Reigns, Bronson Reed, Tribal Chief versus Tribal Thief, and of course, it was it Falls Count Anywhere or Perth Rules or
Yeah,
whatever
Australian street fight.
Australian Street Fight. So Reigns says to the Usos, "I got this. Don't
Right.
don't come out. No part, please." Braun Breaker comes out. Shit starts going sideways. Out come the Usos. Piers Reigns has something planned, and then Jay ends up putting him through a table.
Yep.
We get the upper hand to Bronson Reed, and we get the win. Bronson Reed, Tribal Thief, over Tribal Chief.
Yeah. Which now he is the tribal chief, according to Paul Heyman after the fact. But what I will say is this, right? I was really happy to see Broncito get the win and get over because I mean it was the fun pick for me, and
Right.
that's what made it so much more enjoyable because it's what I really wanted. I went logical because I thought we were going to save Roman here, but like you
Mhm.
said, you've said it before and you said it time and time again. Roman doesn't need it. He doesn't need a title. He
No.
doesn't need anything. He is the guy. He is the man. His presence is known. People acknowledge him. People love him. So big ups to Broncito for this. He did a fantastic job. He looks great, and the to make sense of the Vision storyline, you had to start off strong for the Vision, that night. You know
Right.
what I mean? So it
Yeah.
made sense. So I was
Right.
happy with it. No
Yeah.
complaints. Good
Yeah.
match.
No. To your point with Roman, also, like you said, him not needing it. This was also a way to give him an L, but not a clean L,
Right.
technically. So once again, nothing really lost.
See. Yeah, like, exactly. Yeah, man. So
All right.
what was the next match
The
on the
next one is,
list?
I think, Tiffany. The next we had on the list was Io and Rhea versus the Kabuki Warriors.
Which ended up which we could get into it now because to be honest with you, for me, actually, so let's go over the results, right? What did I pick? I picked
We
Rhea,
both got
right?
the Rhea. Rhea and Io. We both picked, and you had that for both. I had Kabuki as my fun pick, but we both went logical, correct.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So my issue, not my issue with this match, but you know how you always say there's a bathroom break match?
mm,
This was that for me simply because the way that this match was placed. I thought it was going to go second and it wasn't. I think it
mm,
was fourth.
yep,
And with that being the fourth match, with all the excitement of the third match, which we will get into, I was already on a high. So I was coming
yeah,
down. I went to the bathroom. I got a snack. I was like, yeah, no,
yeah,
but what's next? Like,
right,
yay, Rhea won. Yay, we knew that was happening. Cool. Good for Australia. Good for Perth. Good for Rhea. Not mad at it. Fantastic match, but I was coming down. So
yeah. No, it wasn't anything that was like over the top amazing. I mean, like you
right.
said, tough spot because of where it was placed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, any spot that was or match that was going to be placed in between Cena Styles and Rhodes Rollins, it's
Yeah.
going to be tough. Now you tried to put the hometown hero in there with Rhea Ripley, this longstanding, you know, soap opera that's been happening. So we got it right, but yeah, I thought you kind of it
Yeah.
was wasn't anything
Get a
spectacular,
sandwich.
and especially
Bathroom sandwich.
because of the players in the game.
Yeah.
You got Ia, you got Io, Rhea, Kairi Sane, and Asuka. Like you have talent in there. Alone, this should have been so much better, but it feels like you said, because it was in the middle of that sandwich match, it feels like it just didn't have it when it was a solid match and well done. And, technically executed, not a problem. But yes, I feel like it kind of lost the shine placement solely on placement.
Exactamente. Yeah, man. I mean, it is what it is. But still a solid match, but probably the weakest one of the night. Not because it was a bad match, but just because of placement. Really, it's just a placement issue. Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
that was just rough. That was rough.
All right, and then what we got next? Vicaire and Tiffy next, right? on our list?
Well, we had Cena and AJ, but let's do Tiffany and Vicaire since we can get through that because
Okay.
we both had Stephanie Vicaire.
Yeah, which obviously, so this one was different because even though this was an obvious choice, kind of like the Rhea and Io match, what made this match incredible, and I hate to say it, was strictly Stephanie Vicaire.
Yeah.
The moves, the things that, and I know it takes two to tango, and I know it's two, and it takes two in the business to make everything work. So I'm not trying to take anything away from Tiffany. My thing is, the issue that I have with Tiffany is that either she's placed in matches with people that make things look a little too rough, or you're placed in matches with people that appear better than you. And it kind of sucks because that's how I felt with Charlotte and Tiffany at Mania, right? Like
Right.
you have two star power names. You have a legend in the making, Charlotte Flair, make anybody look good. And you made that match look decent because it was you. Because Charlotte has a great match with everybody.
Right.
So in this case, Stephanie was the shining star. She was the standout in this match. Her moves were incredible. And you were right. This was the way for her to get the win without a championship at stake, even though technically bragging rights are at stake because now she's the crown jewel champion for a year. Right. So
yeah. You're 100% correct. She was the standout here, and once again, through no detriment to Tiffany, I think Tiffany's wearing thin on some people, myself included. I think it's just time to shake up the championship picture there. And now I'm not really sure, roster wise, what you can do there. They haven't really done much, but we'll see. But yeah, I agree with you. This was Stephanie Vicaire's time to shine. It was done properly, done right. Second match of the night was where this one was placed. So after you got that initial, oh wow, this happened, it's like, oh, okay, now we can pay homage to and kind of start passing the torch to who's going to be the top the women's food chain for quite some time.
Yeah, man. Oh man. Okay, now the match of the evening, the 5-star match. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what you think. When I tell you that the 9-year-old version of me was at the edge of my seat watching this match, in the verge of tears of the level of nostalgia that was just oozing out of this match, Primo. It was incredible. Like you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of those 5 minutes in WrestleMania 40 when between Cody and Roman, and when the Usos came out, and when John came out, and when Taker came out, and The Rock came out, and it was just like, what is happening? But they did it in such a way. Like, kudos for AJ Styles. Like, I know I hated on him for saying, oh, we don't need a story. We're gonna leave it all on the mat. It's gonna be the greatest match ever. It's like, you didn't need to say it. But again, you didn't need to say it because you proved it. You guys are incredible in this match. Like the call outs to the Miz and to Bray Wyatt, to the Undertaker. We almost got a 619. Just everything. And I don't know if you picked this up, but it wasn't just Cena that was doing call outs.
It was Styles too.
Styles was doing a bunch of TNA guys.
Fest. This was Spot Fest. This was all over the place. This was great. This was definitely the match of the night, 100% correct. But yeah, this was Spot Fest. This was two greats to be doing it, and I feel bad because I don't know what's going on with AJ Styles. They're not utilizing him correctly, but this was a perfect way to get him back on screen, back with people behind him. I think the next time you see him or Raw or whatever, there was a lot more AJ supporters than there was last week, the past couple of weeks, even though he had that funny kind of feud thing with Dom. Right. So I think this was awesomely done. The spots all over the place. It's funny when you said it is, to you, it's like WrestleMania, the Spot Fest there. For me, what I thought of was there was the end of SmackDown where it was Austin and Rocky. Mm-hmm. And let's say Austin hit, the stunner. Then Kurt Angle comes out.
Right. Yeah.
Then Taker comes out. Then RVD comes out. Then Kane. Then Edge, then Jericho, then this. And then the last two in the ring to do it again was Austin hits the stunner and pins The Rock to finish it. So it was that kind of a spot fest, I thought, as well. And this was great. This was absolutely well done. Wonderful homage. I mean, we know Cena's, going away, so they're going to start doing stuff like this, but this was well executed and beautifully done.
Yeah, man. And honestly, and it really makes me sad to say it, but then at the end when he walks out and he points and at the camera and he does the 4, mind you, Primos for life, right? No, but
Yeah, yeah.
but
Damn.
just the realization that we have 4 more days with this man, 4 more
Yep.
events, and I'm just like, wow, like we're like, that's
His
it.
his last one, Saturday night's main event, I think is his last
Yeah,
one, the one that's coming up, and it's like, yeah, it's and especially because I've never been traditionally a huge Cena guy.
no,
But to see it and you're just like, yeah, man, like I like through all the times, I never hated on him. I always respected it. I was like, you know what? He's doing whatever he can. And then to see all the make a wish stuff he does and stuff like that, I'm like, great. This is a guy who's taking his power and his role modelism and running with it and doing good
yeah,
things with it. So yeah, so respect the shit out of him. And yeah, you're right. It's like, damn, man, it's kind of a bummer. You're gonna be seeing him in a bunch of acting roles and stuff like that, but no more, John Cena in the ring, running down and sliding in and stuff like that. So
yeah,
yeah, but I thought it was a great moment with him and AJ in the ring when they were raising each other's hands too. It was just like a beautiful thing right there.
yeah, man. It was fantastic. It definitely was the high of the night, and I was on it, man. I was like, let's go. It was
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yep.
Now, because now we've gone through all 4 matches, right? We're up to the main event of the evening, which is
Oh, and you and I both picked that one correctly.
yes, yes. And that would be Seth Rollins versus Cody for the Crown Jewel Men's Championship. And I think what made me like I had mixed feelings about the match because it wasn't a bad match. It was
No,
fantastic.
yeah, but it was a good match.
Like you
Definitely
always say,
good.
in ring was fantastic. No debate there. Um, it was a little long and it was a little like slow. And I
Mhm.
think that, coming off the Cena excitement, I was like, all right, dude, I'm ready to go to bed. Like, come on,
Right. Like,
let's
let's
but
get through this. Right.
what made me happy was the depth that we were talking about on the last episode. Like, where's the depth? Where's the storytelling? Like, so I love that they included the Rolex. He brought it out. It was kind of dumb because I was like, who wears a Rolex over their wristband? Like their thing. And I was like, that's dumb. But then I was like, okay, we're trying to tell a story.
Right.
Cool. It's gonna come into play later, and sure enough, it does. Comes
Absolutely. It always
over,
does. Yep.
boom, knocks him, has to cheat to win. And now you're just like, oh man, yes, the Vision owns the night.
Hmm.
Broncito and Seth get the win, and
Hmm.
they're on top of the world now. So what's gonna happen on Monday night? You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
it was fantastic. I was really happy with it. Um, yeah, man. I can't wait to give you my grade because I was really happy with it.
Well, this was well done because even though you knew what was going to happen, you still had that element of Seth having to cheat to do so.
Yeah,
So once again, not a clean dub. Cody has that in his pocket. He does once again doesn't really lose anything here. You're trying to elevate Seth as your guy, which now you may have a problem moving forward with that. But yeah, because I think it was in this match that he was injured because now it's come out
right.
that he's injured.
Spoiler
So
alert.
well, I mean, we're going through everything anyway. Might as well just yeah. So with the injury that we now know about, it's just kind of like maybe that's why it seemed to drag on a little bit. Maybe there was a little bit of a lingering kind of just favoring something, could move as quickly as he wanted to.
Right.
But yeah, no, I thought it was very well done. Told the story perfectly because you're trying to elevate Seth and give him this moment over Cody. So very well done.
Yeah. But see, now since you brought it up, but now I can't trust Seth. I don't know if this is real or not. I don't know if this is a play. Like, what's the
Right.
play if it's fake, right? You know
Right.
what I mean? So,
Well, that's the thing. I mean, yeah, because the play was he had money in the bank with the other injury.
right,
So with this one, it's like, yeah, like why would you do it on this go
right.
around? Like, so no, you're right, but is yeah, I don't. Once again,
We're in a
because
weird spot.
they pulled the wool over our eyes last time, and we were pretty damn sure he was hurt then. Like
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah,
So
man.
so yeah, so let's grade it out. Let's grade it out. Go ahead.
So, what do we do out of 10? Is that what we do? I always
Yeah,
forget.
yeah, 10, yeah, out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then I give it a 9.0. And the reason I give it a 9 is
Mhm.
solely because like 7 of those points go to to John Cena and AJ
And
Styles.
AJ Styles.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm going 8-5. Just because there was the kind of the lull there, and it was kind of very formulaic.
Yeah.
So, but then, like I said, so I'm going 8-5. But yes, I could see the 9 because that match once again was fucking fantastic,
Yeah,
like
it
just
was.
fantastic. So
Loved it. Loved every bit of it. I'm
yeah,
gonna go watch it again tonight just cause it was
yeah, why
perfect.
not?
Yeah, man. So that concludes Crown Jewel, right? Now I
Right,
guess we could jump
right.
into Monday Morning Raw,
Monday,
actually,
morning.
in
Sorry, I
Perth.
got my pen. Yeah. Pen down.
Pen down.
All right, all right. Monday morning. Oh God, yeah, Monday Morning Raw.
Monday Morning Raw, which I was really happy because I was like, man, how am I gonna watch Raw while I'm training? Because I'm in this new role, I gotta train.
Mhm.
And then Laura's like, you're off Monday. And I was like, let's go. I'm off Monday. I
Sweet,
could watch wrestling in the
sweet,
morning.
sweet, sweet, sweet.
But again, my happy moments from Monday Morning Raw, because a lot happened, but these
Mhm.
are the standout moments for me. And hopefully you agree, or maybe you could fill in some things that I may have missed.
Sure.
But Bronson Reed defeating Jimmy Uso. And the reason why I was very happy with this is
Mhm.
because you already had, the Vision have, the night. You're like, they had the
Right,
weekend. So it's
right.
like, we're just gonna continue the dominance. Okay. I'm okay with it. I love it. Let's do this. Cool. Because they also sold then the fact that Jimmy had, like, injured ribs and all these things. So
Right.
I
Well,
I was
it was also the Jey Uso part where he was like, Jay's like, I got to focus on my own. That's what Roman
right.
said, and that was a problem. So they also selling like because then Jay did come out eventually,
Yeah.
and yeah. So, but yeah, that was the established dominance and setting up for the Vision dominance to move forward.
Yes, exactly. At least so we thought, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then
Was the plan?
that was the plan, right? So then the other standout moment of the morning for me was Dominic Mysterio defeating Penta for in their match, because I love that nobody cares that Dominic is a lying, cheating, like, cheater, and it's it's almost beautiful to see Dominic just, show us the ways of Eddie Guerrero, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and his old ways of winning, and just pulling fast ones, with the crowd and stuff like that. It made me happy. So
That was
I don't care. Dominic is the greatest Mysterio of all time, the greatest mustache of all time,
oh
the greatest
man,
double champion of all
oh
time, the greatest
man.
luchador of all time. The
Oh
guy is the
no.
guy. Hate it or love it,
Oh
the guy's the
no,
man.
that's funny. That's funny.
I
No,
love it.
he's running with this role
Yes.
wonderfully,
Hmm.
wonderfully, and they've done a great job booking it. He's done a great job in the matches, the in-ring work, selling everything the way he has.
Yeah.
Hiding the hammer and this and that. Very Eddie Guerrero,
Love it.
very things like that. So yeah, really, really well done. Mad that it came over Penta. Glad that it was because Rusev got involved.
Yeah.
So once again, not a clean one. He had to that happened, and then the hammer in the shoe, changed it up. So
It's living up to the name, Dirty Dom. That's
yeah,
what
I
it
mean, but
is.
so now you're gonna get maybe a triple threat with Penta, Rusev, and Dom coming up or something. Who knows, because now these guys are all in the mix.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I thought that was a fun match. I was once again bummer to see Penta lose because I just hate that. But fun match. I agree with you. Dom is. I'm enjoying the Dom run. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna sit here and say greatest Mysterio, greatest loser, not just yet. But
No.
I'm
Yeah.
enjoying the run. I'm enjoying the run.
16-year vet, bro.
Okay, yeah.
And I love the shirt. Did you catch the shirt? I don't know if it was this
Mm,
past Monday or the one before,
mm,
but of him playing PSP. It's a picture of himself with the blonde hair. I was like, I
nice.
want that shirt
I'm good.
when he was like a kid.
That's
That's fantastic.
the blonde frosted tips and shit. Like
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, fantastic,
yeah.
fantastic. But so that was a major highlight for me
uh,
for that episode of Raw, and then I got two more. Right, so
okay.
the triple threat for the number one contendership between Punk, Jay, and La Noche, And the first thing I write, I was like, man, it's really sad that they keep playing with La Noche like this, man. But we've said it before, when Punk comes back and Roman comes back, like these guys are, the franchise players. These guys
Yeah.
are important. And I get why Punk got the win,
Mm-hmm.
but I really do feel for LA Knight, man, because I'm like, when is this guy going to get his chance? But
Yeah,
it is
it's a
what it is.
bummer. It's a bummer, but you're right. Like because we've said it with Seth Rollins. I mean, and especially CM Punk, like that feud not having to be or not being done fully just yet. Figuring this is the time to do it. It that was the way the match kind of had to go.
Yeah.
And poor LA Knight did get the shaft again, but I mean, Hunter said it. Good thing come to those who wait, but he seems like he's been waiting just a really long time.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. Well, no, I guess it's one of those situations where we're going to have to wait and see, because then the unforeseen
Okay.
happens.
Here is where I'm a little perturbed with you
Oh, why?
because that was on at like 8 a.m, whatever. Apollo's off from school. So now if he was at school, it would have been fine. I drop him off. I get to settle in, watch, right? But he was off from school. So I'm on dad time, breakfast, this, playing this, whatever, da da da. And then you hit
got the
me.
text message.
Yeah, I get the text, and then I'm like, okay. And I'm like, so then I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's like the Kabuki Warriors thing. All right, no, nothing happens there. And then we get this promo in the back where Seth Rollins is just talking about how happy he is and how elated he is and how glad he is that Braun and Bronson Reed and Paul Heyman are all there for this moment because he's on the highest he's been as a professional athlete in quite some time, or da da da. And right here's where I'm like, okay, okay, because once again I got the text and I'm like, all right, okay. And so for those, I'll let you explain it and then tell you in real time where I saw it, like, well, where I got really kind of confused with it. Because for those who don't know, Seth Rollins was standing tall at the end of the triple threat match because the Vision came out and just destroyed everything, right? So now I got the text from you, and for those, I'm going to tell you the text. It was not to be cryptic. It was the turn happened. I'm so excited. So once again, I'm wondering what's happening when it was happening. We get to the end, and I'm still wondering what's happening because Seth is standing tall, the Vision's all celebrating, cheering, and then I see executive producers Paul Levesque and Lee Fitting.
Right.
And I'm like, I guess I'm going to turn this off now. I wonder what. And as like that shines off, you see Braun Breaker, ladies and gentlemen, just turn around and spear the ever loving just life out of Seth freaking Rollins. And there is the turn that my primo wonderfully told me was coming.
Yeah. 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 I love that story, man, because like you were just like, what is he talking about?
Like, I'm sitting there, I'm like, all right, so I'm watching Raw, and I'm like, all right, wait for the turn. And then, like I said, I thought maybe Kyrie turns on Asuka. And I'm like, okay, because, she's been, Kyrie, she's yelling at her, beating her ass and all that fun stuff. So I was like, oh, okay, maybe that's it. And then when it didn't happen, and then I see Paul Levesque Lee Fitting, I'm like, what the hell? And then when he turned around and just speared this man, and then you see Bronson Reed look at him, and he just doesn't know what to do. And then Breaker walks up to him, and he's like, you're either with me, or against me, or with him, or whichever way it was. And then Bronson came up and he splashed tsunami Seth, and then Braun Breaker looks at Heyman and said the same thing, and then Heyman raises both Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker's arms, so it looks like the Vision is still intact. They just kicked out or eliminated Seth frickin' Rollins, which now with the knowing that the injury factor is here, it appears this is why this turn happened.
Yeah.
Because originally,
up, right?
Yeah, well, that's what. Yeah, moved up exactly. When I say happened, I mean happened at that moment instead of when it was probably planned to happen in 6 months or whatever. But if this injury is real, then maybe he relinquishes the belt. There's a tournament. Who knows? But now the game has changed, so you had to do something different. You had to put him down if he is going to miss some time. having Tsunami get tsunamied and speared through everything was a good way to do
Yeah. Yeah, man. That was beautifully told. I have nothing to add to that. You handled that so well. Because I was
it.
waiting. I was like, am I no, but you covered it, dude. That was yeah.
Sorry, man. I didn't mean to steal your thunder,
No, but I
man. I'm so
agree.
sorry, man.
You that was like storytelling at its best, and that's what made it exciting. But I think my only thing is like I don't know who to trust. I don't know who to believe. There's so
Right,
many things that popped up after the fact about like, oh, this was supposed to happen a year ago. Now what's going
right,
to happen with the Shield reunion, right? Because apparently Dean Ambrose is supposed to come back for Survivor Series, if that's even real. I don't
right.
believe anything anymore. So it's like
No,
we just have to watch. We have to watch. You know what I mean?
exactly.
Which
And
is
that's and
exciting.
that's how they get you, and that's
Yeah,
why we're suckered in every week, tuning in, tuning in, tuning in. So,
yeah,
but yeah, no, beautifully done. I'm excited too, just because it's going to change the landscape a little bit. I mean, it sucks that an injury occurred.
yeah,
You never want to see someone get hurt, ever, 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 ever. The shitty part slash kind of good part for the superstars on the roster is now a spot opens up.
yeah,
And it's a big spot. He's the champ. He's the guy. That's why they had him win at Crown Jewel. He's supposed to be the guy moving forward. This is payback for everything he did last year to get Cody that when he had to take a back seat for the entire year to get Cody and Roman to have that rematch and Cody get that belt. So it's tough, man. Really fucking tough.
yeah. The only thing that I hope that happens with this is that let's say it gets dropped to like I don't know why they would do this, but find a way to have Breaker to have it, right?
Right.
Let the power go to his head,
Mhm.
and then kind of do it with the IC belt and the NXT belts and stuff like that. Let him have it,
Right.
lose it, and then get it again. Let's get the quick the hot potato belt
Right.
passing that we've been wanting.
Right.
Because
Well,
now you have an opportunity to let LA Knight have it, Punk have it, Uso, Breaker, all within
remember,
8 months,
Gunther's coming back soon.
right?
Like, so I agree with you. I don't know if Breaker's the one to do it, because I think you have to, you can't just give it to somebody. You have to have some
Yeah,
kind of a tournament. You have to have something. So I'm not sure if Breaker's the one to do it right now. I understand that he's now, I mean, they're the vision now. So I, I, I could see it, but I don't know if maybe it's, like you said, because someone else can carry it and you can build Breaker and Reed more,
yeah,
especially with Heyman. So I see what you're saying. I don't know if it's in the best realm of possibilities for them.
yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, but I mean, what an awesome way to conclude Monday Night Raw. And then I
Yep.
do have some honorable mentions from Sunday, which
Mm-hmm.
was TNA Bound for Glory, and the three call out moments, Primo, that I got to tell you about are as
Mm-hmm.
follows: Leon Slater versus Javon Evans
Javon Evans.
match. Wow. Like when I tell you that these two are just legends in the making and they're just so young, and the level of athleticism that
Mm-hmm.
these two showed for their match,
Mm-hmm.
it ended in a no contest because they just
Yeah.
knocked the crap out of each other. And it was fantastic.
Dope.
Kudos to them. Kudos to TNA for putting on such an amazing booking for those two. Like that was awesome. So that's honorable mention number one.
Okay.
Honorable mention number two, the Hardys versus the
The
Dudleys.
Dudleys.
And when I tell you it was done the way that Flair and Shawn Michaels was done at WrestleMania. You have two greats, two people that have truly solidified their names, two groups that have solidified their names in the tag team realm with
Yep.
tables, with ladders, with chairs, etc., championship, so on and so forth. They have their accolades. They know it. We know it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And the beautiful part about it, there was a moment where Matt hit Bubba with the twist of fate,
Mm-hmm.
and he slowly gets up, sees both Jeff and Matt with chairs because they're both ready to like destroy him because Devon's in the outside. He's knocked out from a previous move.
Mm-hmm.
And Bubba like slowly gets up, turns around, looks at them, looks around, and he's like, okay, I know it's
All
coming.
right. Just
But the
do it.
boys, out of love and respect,
Mm-hmm.
they're like, they put the chairs down. Matt says, I'm sorry, I love you. And they both pick him up, boom, through the table. Hardy's retain. They win. They pick them up. They all hug it out. There's tears everywhere.
Beautiful.
And then finally, the Dudleys take off their boots. And instead of leaving them there, they hand it over to the Hardy Boys.
Nice.
As a trophy. And as you guys were the ones that retired us. So
yep. And it's like a passing. Like, hey guys, like, yeah, man, beautiful. That's
tears, bro.
That's proud. Yeah,
tears.
That's
yeah, I mean, go back, go and watch it because it's fantastic.
No, I'm gonna. I mean,
it's so good.
I'm a sucker for stuff like that. So
yes.
like, I'll definitely go back and watch that. Definitely.
Storytelling at its finest. Now, speaking of storytelling at its finest, the final honorable mention of TNA Bound for Glory, and that is Santana versus Trick Williams. First of all, hellacious match. When I tell you Santana,
two studs,
right?
Like, thoroughbred studs.
Yes, Santana came out with the Taíno tribal face paint. You know, comes out with the Boricua flag representing for the Latinos in Boston and all over the world. Conan makes an appearance.
Nice.
And walks him out. Fantastic match. Obviously, Santana gets the win, becomes the first Latino TNA World Heavyweight Champion. And the beautiful moment of that match was he did it for his daughters, because part of their storyline was the fact that like he always had to run off to do these shows and this and that, and he always felt like he would neglect his daughter. So he brings her into the ring. They hug it out. He falls on his knees and hands her the belt. Unless like, this was for you.
This is you.
And they're crying.
It's all
and it's wild, bro. Fantastic.
That's, I mean, as a parent, that's got to be a moment, like, because you can actually physically hand something to your child to say everything that I missed and everything that I've done has been for you, and this is the culmination of it. You know what I'm saying? So that's that moment for a parent on any level, you know, to be able to show, you know, because it's it's different when it's a gift or when it's something like that, you know, but when you're not around, and those hurt, you know, because even the other day when Apollo was like, can you play Legos with me, and I had to like make a phone call for something important, and I was like, guys, just give me like 5 minutes, buddy, I'll be right with you. And he's like, fine, I'll play by myself. Like, my heart fucking broke. So as a parent, I understand that. So that moment was, because I did watch that, because I did, once I heard that he won, like I went, and that was, I was done.
Yeah, man. Yeah, brother. Pero what a fantastic week and weekend for wrestling.
I mean, it's so picked up since the last couple ones that we've been just kind of been bummers about. Like, this is definitely a trajectory changing. And once again, it sucks that one of the major changes involves an injury. Yeah. But once again, does it? And if it does, then
stay tuned.
Sorry, you know, yeah, exactly. And that's what we have to do. We'll find out tomorrow when Raw is at normal people time.
Yeah. And SmackDown too. Yeah. They were all, we're going to go back to normal. But yeah, Primo. Yeah, man. But awesome with wrestling. But it's, you know, about that time where we give our primos and primas a big thank you for loving us, for subscribing, for listening to us, for watching us, for sharing us on all platforms that you could find us on. Where?
YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, primosforlife.com.
Primosforlife.com.
You can reach out to us on Instagram, either on the Primos for Life page or personally. All the the talk, the book, the gram, you know, whatever it is, we try and find us. But Primos, just Google Primos for Life and see what pops up and follow. And once again, thank you. You know, this ride is great when you guys are on it with us. Please reach out, smash the like button, tell your friends, you know, just play it and go take a shower. And then come back if you really need to. All right? Guess what? I listen to a lot of podcasts in the shower. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm taking a shower. I can listen to a couple guys chat for 5 minutes. Great, let's do it. So please, you know, thank you guys very much for listening. Once again, this is a beautiful, beautiful ride, and we love it. And it's better when you're with us. Can't thank you enough. Primos, muchísimas gracias. That being said, instead of having Eddie just throw it to me, I'm just going to do it and say we will see you when we see you.
Yeah, we'll see you when we see you. Take care, everyone.
Bye.